road trip. Last night it was kind of dark. We're driving through the mountains and we stumbled upon Seneca Rocks here in West Virginia, and there's a hotel right behind the camera right across the street from this sign and Seneca Rocks. So we decided, hey, let's crash here for the night and start our journey today. And it's a lot nicer of a day. I mean, beautiful blue sky. It's not too cold, little windy, tad bit chilly, but way warmer than it was yesterday at Blackwater Falls. So today we're going to be checking out Seneca Rocks, a little bit going on around here, and then we're going to hit the road to Appomattox Court House, and I'll tell you more about that when we get there. So enjoy the view, and we're going to hit the road, and we'll see you guys at the next stop. We 4,863 feet. So we're gonna go check out the observation tower. Molly and I both agree that it's really cold and we're gonna try to make this as quick as possible, but there's snow on the ground. There's still snow on the trees. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on, people with the mask. Oh great, more stairs. Oh, watch the drippy water. So this is the highest point in West Virginia, which is pretty cool. I'm a little out of breath because I'm horribly out of shape, but this is awesome. That view is just amazing. Check it out again, guys. So we're freezing up here. It's very windy, very cold. So we're gonna snap a few pictures and we're gonna head back to the car and get back on the road towards Appomattox. So see you guys there. So we stopped on the way back. There's a little scenic outlook on the way down from Spruce Knob, or on the way up, whichever way you're going. This is actually a really better view than the one we seen up on the outlook on Spruce Knob. So check this one out. So this is actually looking the opposite way of what we were just looking, and I mean, that's quite a view. So very, very cool. I'm afraid of heights, but I love views like this. Okay guys, so we're going to keep heading towards Appomattox and keep rolling. We're here in Appomattox, and just directly behind me is the town of Appomattox Court House, basically as it was seen on April 9th, 1865, when General Lee surrendered to Grant. This road right here to my right, your left, Richmond-Lynchburg Stagecoach Road. And on that road, it was Lee that was planning his escape route out of there to get to North Carolina when he was intercepted by Grant's troops. And he had no chance to get away. He basically had to surrender. And it was at that point that he went down to the Mclean House, which we'll go and check out here in a minute, where he made his official surrender and met with Grant. So pretty cool stuff. Let's go down the road and check it out. We're here in Appomattox, Virginia at the Appomattox Court House National Historical Park, and we're here checking out where the Civil War officially ended. And out here behind me is where the last official battle of the Civil War was fought. It was out in these fields where there was a small skirmish, small battle, and then Lee officially surrendered to Grant. We're going to go over to the Mclean House, and this is where Lee officially surrendered. So let's go check that out. It was here in this house, the Mclean House, on April 9th, 1865, when General Lee came just from over to my left, dismounted his horse around noon, and went inside. And after about 90 minutes, Grant followed. And after they came back out, the war was over. In 1893, the house was dismantled to be taken to Washington, D.C. for display to show where the Civil War ended, but it never happened. The house was dismantled and left dismantled. It wasn't until the 1940s when the house was brought back and reconstructed as you see it today, for display for people to come and visit and for me to do videos like this. So this is where the official Civil War ended. Unfortunately, the park's closed. We got here pretty late, so we can't go inside, we can't take a tour or anything, and I highly doubt they'd let me bring a camera in anyway. So there's a lot more around the park, so we're going to take a look around the park. But this right here, inside that building, is where the Civil War officially ended, April 9th, 1865. It wasn't shortly after that that Lincoln was assassinated, and well, the rest is history. But this is where history took place. So let's go check out and see what else is around here, and then we got to make the hike back to the car because we couldn't park in the parking lot. So this here behind me is the visitor center, which we can't get in because the park is closed, but they gave us permission to walk the grounds. But the whole park, see behind me, you can see the Mclean House that we were just at. The whole park, it's kind of got that 1800s vibe to it. You got a general merchandise store right here directly behind me, but not a whole lot of signs, so I'm not really too sure on what everything is. I just know what the Mclean House was. So we'll just kind of walk around. I'll take you guys around for, you know, my little tour of somebody who has never been here before and has no idea what anything is. So, all right, let's check out what this one says. It says, built in 1819, this was the first building in what would become the village of Appomattox Court House. The Cloverhill Tavern served travelers along the Richmond-Lynchburg Stage Road. For several decades, it offered the village's only restaurant, only overnight lodging, and only bar. Its presence helped prompt the Virginia legislature to locate the Appomattox County seat here. In 1846, the courthouse was built across the street. By 1865, the tavern had come on hard times. A bare and cheerless place, according to the Union General. It was one of the only two buildings in town used by the Federal Army during the surrender process. Here on the evening of April 10th, 1865, Union soldiers set up printing presses and started producing paroles for the surrendered Confederates. The Federals printed more than 30,000 parole documents here. Oh, that's kind of cool. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody looked
so suave.
Everybody looked just a little classier back then, didn't they? I mean, even in the pictures, in a lot of the pictures, they all kind of look miserable, but they all just kind of look a little classier than they do today. Yeah, as we're wearing, a work shirt and jeans and North Faces and ball caps. That looks like a lawyer's office. Yeah. So that is actually the courthouse. The visitor center is the original courthouse, but the surrender was done at the Mclean House. So I kind of had it backwards, but whatever. A little bit, because we're the only ones here. So we're going to make our way back up the road and back to the car, and we'll do a little bit of videoing on our way back, show the battlefield and whatnot. And there's a Confederate graveyard right by where the car is parked. So we're going to check that out. So take a walk up the road. Okay, so this is the road outside of Appomattox. Just behind me is the courthouse and all that stuff. This is Tibbs Lane, where on April 9th, 1865, prior to the battle, the infantry deployed along this road in the morning. The battle fought here would be the last for the Army of Northern Virginia. Now, we've been to Gettysburg before, and this isn't really as exciting as Gettysburg, but I always love these Civil War battlefields and Civil War stuff. It's just pretty crazy what they went through. What the South was fighting for, and what the North went through to protect, what we held dear. So pretty cool stuff. So I'm not going to bore you guys with the walk back. When we get up to that Confederate cemetery, I'll bring you guys back in. Okay guys, right here is the Confederate graveyard. I believe there's only 13 Confederate soldiers buried here out of what they feel is 100. But these 13 were actually killed on the battlefield and buried wherever they died, the field hospital or whatever. They were then exhumed around 1866 and brought here by the Ladies Memorial Association of Appomattox. So this right here is the final resting place of 13 Confederate soldiers. Only 7 are actually known who they are. But This is about as far as we can get in, I think, but yeah. Okay guys, so this is our trip to Appomattox. Hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit of history. Didn't want to tie you guys too far down with facts and all that stuff, so tried to make it somewhat quick and informative, but pretty cool stuff. So that's the town of Appomattox Courthouse, and we're gonna hit the road, and I think we're heading to Richmond. See what we can find there. Molly wants to go to the zoo, so we might hit up a zoo, and yeah, that's where we're heading. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next stop.